Spoilers for Hunter x Hunter's Chimera Ant arc and up to One Piece's Alabasta arc. Have you ever been sitting there, watching anime? It's a fight scene. The hero falls, and you just want to leap out of your chair and shout at your screen for them to keep going. Or a scene where a beloved character departs, and tears begin to flow like rivers. Or a revelation so shocking, you let a door fall on you. Such a wealth of emotions are found in the medium of entertainment, called anime and manga. If you were to ask me, what is the most powerful tool in writing? I would answer pathos. Pathos is the art of conveying and getting your audience to experience and feel emotion. Emotions are an interesting quality of humans, both consistent and not, varying from person to person and unique in the way to invoke them for every person. It's probably the most nebulous tool of writing. Setting, characters, themes, all of them can invoke emotion. One could probably argue all stories are emotions told through the lens of ideas and creativity. When I think back to Hunter x Hunter, I think of the Chimera Ant arc, revered for its themes and presentation. Though I don't think of the dichotomy of Gon becoming a monster and Meruem a monster becoming human. I think of that moment when Meruem and Komogi are sat in that room, playing shogi, asking each other if they're still alive.
Good night, Meruem. It'll be alright. I'll be joining you soon.
Till neither of them answer anymore. This moment brought me to tears. I will never forget this arc for making me cry for the villain. This absolutely beautiful moment reminds me of the themes of the arc, the dichotomy of Gon and Meruem. This is pathos at its finest. I am reminded of this scene because it is etched into my memory through the tragedy of this moment. I'm quite a sucker for a good tragedy. Watching Meruem develop, learn to love, however strange it is, only to lose his life with his lover. The arc that built to its climax and then resolved with a tragedy. This point in the series, this moment, is a moment that will always remind me of the themes and keep me thinking on this arc. It's what made me truly appreciate this arc. Such is the power of pathos. There is no telling One Piece is a story full of tragedy. Nami and Kokoyashi Village, Sanji and Zeph, Zoro and Kuina, Chopper and Hiruluk, Robin and O'Hara, Brook and Laboon, Frankie and Tom. The list goes on, and that's just the main crew, not including their captain or any of the other villains or side characters. One Piece is one of those shows that had me laughing one chapter or episode and crying the next. Oda has this ability, and it's probably tied to the length of the series, and he uses that length to great effect, to portray and use emotions. His art style completely lends itself to the stretching and exaggerating of the human face and proportions, as it reacts and displays emotion, from Doflamingo's cruel smile to Frankie's brawling. One Piece uses a lot of pain to convey emotion. Watching the anime, I wince whenever Nami stabs herself, and shocked when Shank lost his arm, sacrificing it for Luffy. Loss and injury have such weight in One Piece. In Usopp's fights, Oda beats up Usopp a lot. In Alabasta, he gets his nose and skull broken, and it looks like he shouldn't even be standing. We really feel the impact when, after taking this beating, when you expect him to run away, being the coward that he is, he stands tall and boldly declares that no matter what, he will not let his friend's dream be laughed at. It adds so much weight and impact then, because we see the state he's in and empathize with the pain he's in. We have all been laughed at. All our friends have been laughed at. And there comes a time in a man's life when he must stand tall and fight, even though he's scared or afraid. Oda uses this moment to teach us and further the themes. Pathos, and thus empathy, is the hook he uses to the themes of One Piece, and in this case, the character of Usopp. Gurren Lagann is another favorite anime of mine. This show is so hype. It's probably the closest thing to drugs I have ever experienced and will ever experience in my life. It is full of dumb, don't think, feel moments. At least on the surface, while actually being quite deep with its themes and how it writes its story. But this isn't about the complexity of a story, not even how good it is, just how it makes you feel. As I said before, it's a feel, don't think show. It's about pushing beyond who you are and growing past all the pain with explosions and giant mechs. For crying out loud, the show even states that they literally can't lose because they believe they can't lose, that they can teleport across time and space to their friends through the power of friendship and love. It makes me want to get up and shout with them. And this taught me to face life head on. Watching these characters overcome life with such fervor made me want to do the same. It injected me with hype and a desire to truly overcome life. This philosophy helped me through dark times, and it holds much sentimental value, and thus pathos on every rewatch. Now, Fairy Tail is a show which sucks. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It has terrible writing, and yet people like it. I did too. You see, while Fairy Tail sucks, like Gurren Lagann, it uses a lot of emotion in its fights to make you feel something. You just want to see more. Again, it's like a drug. Lots of shonen, like My Hero Academia, Naruto, Bleach, which don't have the greatest writing. I think the reason why we love them so much is simply the emotion. The fights draw you in, that for their friends they would break through, and all that other shonen-y stuff. Though emotional storytelling isn't something that is consistent and it varies from person to person, for example, the power of friendship fights in Fairy Tail don't work for most people. Or the shonen hype. Some people like a more mature, almost melancholic taste found in seinen like Berserk or Beastars, though I've only recently started to get into seinen. People like these series and place sentimental value in them, because it makes them feel much better. Fairy tale, though its writing is inconsistent, if you don't pay attention to the writing, pay attention to some of their fights, it's not so bad. Even if they are using the power of friendship to win, it can be rather entertaining if you just turn your brain off. Emotional storytelling is a tool that we often base our enjoyment of a story off of. It isn't about the quality of a series. We just love it for whatever reason, whether it be the over-the-top characters, sentiment, or it taught us something that we value. The creator of Nier Automata wrote the story of his game starting with how he wanted to make his players feel. Getting an emotion, a reaction from your audience that the author or creator intended means they empathize and therefore understood. It is the bridge between the audience's world and the world of the author, and themes and such may lie hidden beneath. Humans are emotional creatures, there is no doubt about it. Some more than others. Sometimes we need to acknowledge the fact that a series isn't good per se, but it made us feel a certain way. Sometimes we need to focus on those series which moved us more than series with good writing. Either way, emotions are powerful in storytelling, and perhaps we should pay a little more attention to this facet of writing. I hope you enjoyed. I know this is a little different from the small amount of content I made, but I want to create more of this content. I also do want to continue gaming. I'm trying to shift away from Minecraft and the Zenith SMP, but I wanted to try branching out and see how this video did. Uh, Anime, manga, and generally stories are quite a passion for me. But I do hope you enjoyed, and I especially want to make more content like this. I especially want to make a video about the small things. Paneling, art styles, character design, such things you may not directly notice, and how they improve and are important to creating a story. With art, of course. If you want to look out for those videos, make sure to subscribe, and if you really want to support the channel, please share this video with your friends, or anyone that might enjoy it. It just so happens I happened to catch up with Berserk upon finishing the script. It was a wildly entertaining read. I think I may work on that series next. Till next time all, and good night.